someone who can just sit at the table and look at us and go, these assholes.
Oh, that's gross. No, none of them. Well, Lisa Loeb.
That's political as crap right there.
Yes, sir. Sushi Jackknife. 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 Sushi Jackknife.
Oh, welcome back to Sushi Jackknife. No preamble, just hot and heavy.
That's very direct.
Hot and heavy, like
it's unexpectedly direct.
Satan's saxophone. Did it throw you off guard?
I had to think for a second to see if we went to a commercial break and then came back. And then I remembered no one wants to sponsor us. And,
right.
And I felt sad.
I vie for the day when we get a commercial break. I'm serious. Like, I don't care what random ass product you have. If you have like Jingle Bells for assholes, we will do a commercial for you.
Now, real quick, this product.
Jingle Bells for assholes? Yeah.
Is it Jingle Bells for terrible people?
No, it's for your asshole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering how they had to be different if you're a bad person.
And the tag,
but it makes sense. I get you. I'm here.
I'm sorry. The tagline is, everyone's got one.
I don't know what your marketing plan is right now.
That's it.
But you need to write it because Shark Tank's calling.
Oh, yeah.
You know Cuban wants to invest in that.
So it's a butt plug with Jingle Bells. That's what...
That's Mark Cuban's alley right there.
Unisex. They're for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, above the age of 18, obviously.
Well, naturally.
Yeah. Did I say 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's the correct age, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the legal requirements are for butt plugs, but I'm going to say 18.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great.
Is it a states' rights issue?
You know, I was more concerned with the provinces. I don't know if it's different in Canada.
Because, I mean, like, you know, if you go to certain states and you're a 5-year-old, they're like, gun, here, have one. Why not? So I don't know if it's the same sort of thing.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Georgia. I didn't cough.
A lot of different.
A lot of states where
Georgia doesn't deserve a cough.
Kid can get a gun. Yeah, no, I'm not coughing through Georgia.
Yeah. I mean, it's like when I say Alabama, I'm not going to hide that I have disdain for Alabama.
No.
They've earned every bit of it.
So welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
It's only been like a week. Oh, we're recording on the Ides of March. Did you realize that? March 15th?
You know, I didn't realize that because I never remember. Well, let me say, I do realize it now. I didn't know it was the Ides of March today until like 10 o'clock.
Ah.
When someone told me. And then I immediately had to Google Ides of March because I don't remember anything about Ides of March. It's not relevant to my
You're
life.
supposed to beware them. That's the thing.
I'm bewaring. I beware it a lot.
This is a terrible day for me because it comes from Caesar getting stabbed in the back, you know, and Shakespeare's play about it, right? Beware the Ides of March.
Right.
And I'm constantly worried about something behind me. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I already looked. Stop it. You son of a bitch. Quit. He's so good, you guys. He's so good at cutting his eyes over. Like there's a person there.
Yeah.
And then there's not a person there except for like the last episode of this podcast. Someone's going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm going to pay someone to just be completely camouflaged behind you. Just like they'll hide in a pile of crap.
Oh, we're in the basement. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of crap.
Just like there'll be drum equipment and you'll be like, well, that seems like a place I would keep that. Okay. And then they'll slide out of the drum equipment in the middle.
I don't like this at all.
Just tap you on the shoulder.
I'm not okay with this.
They won't stab you.
I'm not.
Just a gentle tap.
So therapy has been a constant source of amusement, I think. I was saying,
speaking of your irrational fears.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of my irrational fears, I was just saying before we started the show that it's almost more fun. Like therapy, like the best thing about therapy is almost talking to you about it.
Right.
It's almost better than the actual therapy.
The actual best thing is the free tea.
I do get free tea. Yeah.
But the second best thing...
She's ignorant about the tea, but yeah, I do get... She didn't know what the red tea was. I'm like, didn't you buy this? I mean, there's like 15 other therapists
How
in that
can you
building.
trust a therapist who picks out tea she doesn't understand?
You know what? That's one more on a long list of things.
I've got beef with her.
I have an appointment tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that I should bring up, let's talk about it now.
First, tell her to bone up on that tea knowledge. Tell her it's not amateur hour.
So I'm seeing I think you guys all know how much of a lefty I am, but I'm seeing a female therapist. First of all, it's a little radical.
I'm not sure the world's ready for that, but
I mean, I am a man taking advice about my life from a woman. That's a start.
can I, for all of our very right wing Tea Party listeners, express thoughts for them?
Yeah.
Cuck.
Cuckold?
Yeah, that's it. Cuck. That's for our Breitbart crowd.
Wow.
Our Breitbart crowd just loved that.
Which tells you the kind of porn that they like.
Also, you guys can stop listening now because you're not
No.
going to like the rest of the show.
And, no, fuck you guys.
That was the one thing that you're going to like in the entire run of this show.
So, in addition to being a woman, she's a gay woman. She's a lesbian. And I only know this because you look around the room.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pride flags. And it's great because I'm
She
an
has
open
her
person.
I'm a lesbian banner up.
Yeah. I mean, the first day you go in. And anyway, she says my ex-wife one time. So that's how I put two and two together. And ex-wife said, okay, fine, cool. I mean, I'm not worried at all, actually. And so
It's good that her being divorced from a woman doesn't worry you.
oh no. I mean, I get worried about a lot of things.
How
Nathan.
can you not maintain your relationship with her?
Yeah, I mean, part of my therapy is maintaining a relationship with a woman.
Right.
So obviously she's not being terribly successful at that.
Add that to the fact that she doesn't understand tea.
T. 2 strikes.
Ugh.
2 strikes. So where are we going with that?
You kind of just stopped.
Shit, I did, didn't I?
You got a lesbian
Yeah.
therapist.
Well, which is great.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm not saying it's great or not great because I really don't care.
Sure.
I feel like there's a point where, like, if you know someone who's gay, you're supportive to like an overwhelming extent,
Right.
Where it's like, wow, yeah, that's great. That's great that you are, yeah. Like, it's not great. You don't care that much. I mean, I think it's nice that they feel open enough to share that.
Yeah.
That's great. But the fact that they're gay is just a fact. It's just,
it's
not great or not great.
I will say, and I have some gay friends. I will say that there's when someone is open about it, that they've at least been through something in their life because they
that's
had
true.
to come to terms with that.
Yeah, it's not an easy decision to come out.
No, exactly. Right. Because our culture is still not
Yeah.
overly
It's
thrilled
easier
about it.
now, but I mean, it's not the 60s where you're necessarily fearful for your life
Right.
if you come out.
Right.
But you can get shunned by ridiculous family members,
Right.
Or
So one of the things that came up in the course of conversation, which I found really interesting, this is what she said. I assume she has good sources. This is
Right.
what she does, She said that, for women, being gay can be like a strictly biological thing, or it can be sort of a social thing, which I'd never actually heard before. Because what you generally hear is that it's all biological.
Right.
And she said for men, it's like, basically with men, like, I mean, I'm sure there are bisexual men,
Yeah,
but like
there are.
mostly it's kind of like pure biology. You're either gay or you're straight,
right.
which I could sort of see, I guess. You know what I mean?
So this is my thought on this.
Okay.
And I'm going to probably butcher Bill Nye's thoughts here.
Science guy?
Yeah, are you familiar?
Oh, yeah.
He's the science guy, Bill
Yeah.
Nye.
Yeah.
He has a show on Netflix
Yeah.
about saving the world.
Right.
It's called Bill Nye Saves the World. He's a
trying.
very literal titleist.
He's on Star Talk, too, with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah, they do like a Bill Nye minute. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. So there was an episode where he was talking about sexuality. And he was saying that, and I believe it was in genetic code, they've started identifying things involved in sexuality. And it's not gay, straight, bi,
Yeah.
but it's like a whole spectrum.
Right. Right.
And I could see, regardless of gender, no
Yeah.
matter what your therapist says, people having a range in that spectrum where they could fall
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
different times in their life.
Yeah.
Like, there was a story I heard the other day. Richard Pryor, you may be familiar.
Yes.
Had multiple ex-wives.
Yes.
Ex-wives because they came to their senses eventually and
Yeah.
went away.
Yeah, Richard was not an easy guy to live with.
But he also, like, there are stories about him, like, having sex with different Hollywood actors.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the first I've ever heard of this.
I think, I'm not going to say this 100%, but I think
Yeah.
they said, like, Marlon Brando. Someone like that.
Wow.
Now, that's in the spectrum.
Yeah.
And part of that, and they were saying because it was during the party days,
Right.
is more of a social...
Social sex?
I'm on coke.
Right.
This could be fun.
We're all
Type
on
of thing.
coke.
Yeah. Not like he was regularly attracted to men,
But
but when he's on coke, okay.
stuff happens.
So that's more in my mind. That's more he in the spectrum. He's
Yeah,
not
sure.
hard left, hard right.
Yeah.
I don't know which side would be which.
Neither
in that
do I.
scenario. Just to upset people, I'm going to say in this scenario, hard left is really straight, and hard right is only attracted to men.
Yeah.
100% never even looked at a woman. Just to upset people.
I like it.
Okay. Like he's somewhere in that spectrum.
Oh, yeah, I think
and
so.
with coke, goes
Even more so.
goes more to the right.
Yeah.
Which, as previously stated, is the side that the political right would hate the most.
Yeah. No, I like your analogy a lot. And you know,
It's the side that would make Paul Ryan want to vomit. We'll say that.
Are you saying that maybe my therapist has a bias?
Yeah.
See, that is really interesting to me because I know all people do.
Yeah.
But you know, you go to therapy and you think, maybe they're doing
Well-
it. They're supposed to control for that.
What
you
do
know what I mean?
therapists know? It's not like they go to school for that, you know? It's an unlicensed therapist you're going to, right? It's just a lady you found.
It's not just a lady I found. No. But no, I think you make an excellent point. Everyone has biases.
Yeah.
And you know what? A lot of people, myself included, I've noticed this more and more the older I get. We tend to project ourselves into things.
That is
you know what I
true.
mean? Like into issues, into other people's lives, into the way we see the world is, I mean, we're sort of in our own heads.
Well, and
you know?
I will throw this out there too.
Yeah.
To squash her idea that men are hardwired
Yeah.
even more.
Yeah.
I think part of that too is a cultural thing
I do too.
where, like, I as a guy am not nearly as free in culture
Exactly.
to say, point out that, you know, Ryan Gosling is dreamy.
Yeah. Which he is, of
I mean,
course.
he is totes dreamy, guys.
He really is.
I'm not as free to do that as, I mean, how many times have you been around a lady who looks at another lady and goes, "Oh, she is beautiful."
A million times.
That happens all the time.
All
It's just
constant.
a normal thing.
It's a normal thing.
Society is okay with that.
Well, I used to think they were all gay.
Well,
Problematic.
right.
Yeah.
But society is more okay with that.
Yes, they
Society
are.
is less okay with God.
Yes.
Society is more open to like bisexual women.
Yes.
And bisexual men.
Correct. And that's about masculinity in many ways.
You want to throw
because-
them in either the gay or the straight box.
Right.
Because you want to say straight, man,
Super masculine.
gay, man, which is stupid.
Right.
And really backwards thinking and
It is.
1970s-ish.
Yeah.
But, what do I know? I'm not in charge of things.
No, I think your point is great though. Because you know what I like? I like to see everyone's shit.
Yeah.
I really do. I really like to know how people take, including my therapist. And I want to know because presumably whatever advice she's giving me or suggestions and things, I mean, there's a lot of power in that situation. And as we've established, I'm a person who is susceptible to suggestion.
Very, yes.
If you're a hypnotist,
Yeah.
I'm your guy. And I'm like 1,000,000% able to be hypnotized. So if you put it in my head, it's kind of there. And I really have to wrestle with it a lot to figure out what's true, what's not true for me and for the world at large, right?
See, I have a rule I've lived by.
Oh, I like this. That's good. Give it.
Every person is full of crap. In every situation, me included, I'm including myself.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Everyone has an opinion. No one's right.
Right.
They're like rightish. I mean, there are facts.
There are
undeniable facts.
Degrees of wrong.
Like you can touch water and go, "This water is wet." That is a fact.
Sure.
But in the areas where there can be gray area, anyone who can 100% say something is a fact is 100% not correct on that.
Yeah, and that's science too, because science is always evolving.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I mean, we've established certain things, I think, but
Probably.
the deeper we go,
Yeah.
the more that we find.
And that's why the Earth is flat.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
How did we circle back to B.O.B.'s thoughts here?
Did you just put that in my head? Yeah. So, no, I do find this very comforting, and I like your theory, because it helps me. Because there's a power differential in a therapy situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm coming there, I'm telling her all my shit.
Yeah.
Actually, we need a new therapy paradigm. You tell them everything.
Right.
They tell you virtually nothing. Mm-hmm. In fact, the point of the relationship is that you don't get to know them. They get to know you. You don't get to know them.
Right.
There's an objectivity supposed there. But under the banner of your theory, which I like, that can't exist.
There can be objectivity.
Yes.
But it's through a lens.
It's through a lens.
Everyone has a lens for everyone.
Everyone has a lens.
Even like if we're going to just boil it down to a very quick one, your therapist has an ex-wife. She also mentioned a husband at some point.
She did, and I don't know if that was I think that was a real example.
Right. But you have, through your lens,
Right.
said she is a lesbian. She could be a bisexual.
That's true.
She could be poly and doesn't identify with any of it.
Just whatevs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be anything.
And and that's what you just said, that everything's on a continuum, and I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that for sexuality. I believe that for gender.
And by the way, I want to put this out there too.
Yeah.
No one on that spectrum is like hard left or hard right.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, like, no, you can be like pretty left.
Yeah.
But you've looked at a guy and not been sexually aroused, but been like, that's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
You are aware.
Sure. No, because, like, here's the thing about human beings. We are social critters. Even people who hate people. Social critters.
Yeah.
Because hating
Whether
people...
you want to be or not,
you're a social critter. Yeah. And so I think I think something like whether someone's attractive or not
Yeah.
is something that everyone picks up on at some kind of crazy, stupid level. We're chimps. I was watching Ricky Gervais yesterday. Humanity, his new special. It's good. It's very good. He's talking about how, we're basically chimpanzees. We split off from apes some time ago, right? But we're 90 whatever percent chimps.
We're smarter monkey. We're smarter monkeys. That's it.
So, and I believe in, spiritual things as well. But that doesn't change the fact that we're basically chimpanzees. And being that we're basically chimpanzees, all those like drives and that very basic stuff is still in there.
Oh yeah.
And we do it all the time
natural.
it's natural. We do it all the time without even noticing. And in fact, we have to work to overcome that.
Yeah.
And I think we do that socially. We do that as a culture. I mean, you see it. Look at the 60s, right? We overcame a lot. Now, not everybody obviously got with the program.
Right. Not everybody got with the program, and not everybody came out of the 60s way ahead of where they were.
Right.
Some people made a few steps.
It's marginal.
It would be nice if they made some more steps.
Yes.
If people would allow them.
Correct. And I kind of feel like, I'm not saying it's the 60s again, but I'm feeling like we're going through another period of that.
I think we are.
Yeah.
We are, because of the knowledge we have gained about humanity.
Yeah.
The Bill Nye thing that I was talking about, stuff like that. Knowing stuff like that has, for the people who are just becoming adults now, kind of shaped what they know about the world a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I don't know about you, but like I was raised, there is, back to a sexual spectrum, there is straight, there is gay.
Yeah.
Transgender was not spoken.
No, I didn't. To be completely honest, didn't know that term till maybe 3 years ago.
I knew it a little bit before that, but I mean, definitely not before I was an adult out on my own in the world.
Yes, exactly.
That wasn't spoken of. There was no such thing as bisexual. There was nothing like that. It was you're straight or you're gay. And to give a little bit more background into my life, the gay thing was a choice and it was a bad idea.
Right. That's what your parents told you, right?
Yeah.
My parents told me it was okay to have gay friends, but it was not okay to be that way.
I could have all the gay friends I wanted.
Yeah.
I had multiple gay friends that my parents knew were gay. They didn't care.
Yeah.
They would have cared if I had started dating one of those friends.
Right.
That would have been upsetting for them.
Specifically, my dad told me that. And my mom never said that to me.
Yeah.
But my dad told me that.
Oh, they never told me directly that, but
you got the idea.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like, that was around the time that gay marriage debates started and stuff when I was in high school. And
sure.
You know. You know how your parents feel.
We're being so cavalier. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. That's the background that we...
So the people who are the age I was then,
right,
the 18, 19, 20-year-olds, have a lot more knowledge.
They do.
Because
there is a lot more knowledge.
I mean, there's the internet. They have a lot more available to them.
Yeah.
I had to wait 30 minutes for a website to load. They can, look at the entire Wikipedia in the time it took me to read one article.
That's actually true, yeah. Well, and, so we might be, and we're both considered millennials. Yeah. They need another name for kids that are like 10 years
I think they
younger than us.
Have something. I think millennial has stopped.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
It's like, Generation Z, something
like
weird.
that. Because we're Y or something.
I don't know.
Stupid.
They're the antisocial generation.
We might be the last like true like ignorant assholes though.
Here's the question that I've thought about.
Yeah.
Does that mean when we're old,
Oh, it does.
we're going to be like like my grandmother now, who, wonderful woman. I don't think she is purposefully racist or anything.
But she loves the N-word.
She refers to people as Negro
all
the time.
Okay. That Negro over there. Oh, that felt weird.
And we all just kind of go,
Grandma.
no.
Here, Grandma. More scotch for you, Grandma.
It's oh no.
Not
that.
your family. Not your family.
More unsweetened tea for you, Grandma. We're gonna be that generation.
Yeah.
Who is? I don't know what we'll be complaining about, but it's gonna be like, sex with space bots. What? No.
I know.
Back in my day,
Well, I mean,
it had to be organic matter.
We assume that things are gonna. Well, through most of our lives, things have gone. We have had this ramp up of liberty and technology, information, all of that communication. But, there may be a point where that is not, you know what I mean?
It's possible. I mean, we are, I've heard it referred to this. It's kind of like the Industrial Revolution was.
Exactly.
We're in the digital version of the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution eventually tapered off.
It did.
Like, it didn't stop, but it, plateaued.
Right. And we may get there with this. And then there'll be something completely new, perhaps.
Yeah. Or everyone's going to live in VR, and I'm just going to get dizzy all the time.
You know what? If everyone's living in VR, you and I are still going to be podcasting and not doing VR. I will not be able to do that.
I think that if everyone starts doing VR, we do a VR version of the podcast.
Shit, you're right.
Someone who can just sit at the table and look at us and go, these assholes.
Do they? Okay. We'll have to get one of our children to run the VR rig.
Yeah.
But yes. Yeah, because I don't want to do that.
Oh, no.
I can handle the audio, but that's all I want to do. Oh my God. Well, thank you for helping me decode my therapist. I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm going to walk right in there and tell her about her.
My friend says you're full of it. And the tea. Know more about the tea.
Tell her about her biases.
Oh, man.
Here's a segue for you. Let's talk about Jewel.
The singer?
Yeah.
Okay. Is she still alive?
Who knows? So this song popped in my head about 2.5 hours ago. And I thought, God, I have not thought about that fucking song. And I said to my wife, I got the wrong tomatoes. But who sang this song? And she said, oh, that's Jewel. And I said, yeah, that's Jewel. And then I thought, because this is what I do now. I'm in my 30s. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. If I think of a song and I want it, I jump on the old iTunes.
Okay.
I buy that fucker.
Oh, what are you, a Rockefeller here?
I'm a Rockefeller.
I just work that YouTube like a champ if I want to hear that song.
This is another one. And then I realized, Jewel, Pieces of You, I think it came out in 95. What a strong record. And I went to my room, I cried for a while. And I came back out and I said, God damn, she's like the Alaskan Tori Amos. Have we ever talked about Tori Amos?
No.
I love deep appreciation for Tori Amos.
I have no strong feelings towards either one of them.
Well, this is a surprisingly good record. Okay. I'm reading on the iTunes. The iTunes says They recorded it live in the studio, meaning she played
Yeah.
this stuff.
I mean,
and
it sounds
sang
good.
It sounds great, right?
Every Jewel song before she decided to go super pop sounded good.
And the songs are really solid. I mean, I'm not saying they're,
there
next
was a reason
level.
she was critically acclaimed.
She was good. Now, what I want to know is, did she write these songs?
I would bet she did.
I would bet she did too, but
She's
I'm wondering.
from Alaska. What else did she have to do?
She co-wrote with a seal.
If you listen closely, you can hear the seal singing background vocals.
This song is by Jewel and Kevin the Seal. It's so good.
Oh man, do you want to feel old?
I do.
Do you know what her age is?
She's got to be 40 something, right?
49.
Oh.
Oh no, sorry, I'm on the wrong Jewel.
Oh, thank you. Jesus.
43.
Okay, see, I
That's
can
a
deal
little
with
bit
that.
better.
So she's 10 years older than me.
Yeah,
She was born in 1974, I imagine.
yeah. What?
Which is when I should have been born.
All right, which album is this?
Pieces of You, first one. Her first, Nathan, her first record. What a strong record. You've got
That is a good.
Foolish Games.
That is a good debut record.
Oh my
right there.
God. You got Foolish Games, Pieces of You, the song. You've got You Were Meant for Me. You've got a song that used to creep me out, Who Will Save Your Soul, because I felt like she was talking about me in that song a few times. And I was like, girl, I'm sorry. I'm a little weird. I'm trying to figure it out.
All right, so she may have been, she may have had a ghostwriter,
Okay.
but she is credited on every song,
Okay.
and including the bonus tracks and the New Zealand bonus disc.
Holy moly. New Zealand.
There's 19 tracks on the New Zealand bonus disc.
Because if you're in Alaska, you're close to there? No.
She co-wrote 2 of those songs with
Okay.
another person. So
Wow.
17 of the 19 songs.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
So I got to go back to You Were Meant for Me for a moment, because this song was all up on the radio. 94.1 in Atlanta, which was the adult contemporary pop station. But listen to how loose this is compared to anything we hear these days. And the vocals, wild.
If this came out now, it would be a weird alt
Yeah.
a weird alt album that was critically acclaimed, but
yes.
Bon Iver level.
That's exactly right.
Where
and that's kind of my point.
It would win awards and it would chart, but it's not charting super high.
Okay. I have high nostalgia for the 90s. It's surprising how much of the song I remember and am captivated by. Oh, even after you're gone. Oh my God. So I'm nostalgic for the 90s. Obviously, I was a child then.
Yeah.
I was born in 84. So I remember some of the 80s, not a lot. Most of it is like, blah.
Yeah.
But the sounds of the 80s, I'm super nostalgic for.
Okay.
And occasionally I remember a song. Today, this song popped in my head, and I'm like, God, I was 10, maybe, 10, 11, when this song came out. And I remember every word of this song because it was on the radio constantly.
You want another fun fact?
I do.
So this album came out in 1995.
Yeah.
No recognition.
What?
Failed to chart. Then, in 1997,
2 years later,
one Robert Zimmerman
Bob Dylan.
heard the album and invited Jewel to open for him.
Oh my God, that's how it started?
And that pushed Who Will Save Your Soul to number 4. She owes her entire career to Bob Dylan. If Bob Dylan did nothing else in the 90s.
There's right. That and Time Out of Mind. There's nothing more. Was that 80s? I don't know.
No, that was 90s.
That was 90s.
That was 90s.
There's nothing better than that story. She okay.
She was failed. She was a failed singer-songwriter.
From Alaska.
Yeah.
Jewel, I hope you're happy. But you know what? Even if you're not happy, remember this. Bob Dylan found you. And I was 11 when your album came out.
Yeah.
And I remember every fucking song. So good for you, Jewel.
Do you think that's something that, like, I'm sure she's very down to earth.
Yeah.
Knowing
She's from Alaska.
knowing who she is.
Yeah.
But do you think that's something where a lesser person just at every party is constantly like, oh, well, when I was on the road with Bob.
Of course. And I hope people are picking up on the genuine tone here. Like, I mean what I'm saying right
No,
now.
he does. He's tearing up.
Yeah,
he's
I
not
actually,
really tearing up.
No. So if you want to get into my heart space, you get there through Tori Amos or certain REM songs. But Jewel is like somewhere over here. She's close. And you know who else is just cute as a button? This led me to, from Jewel I got here. Wait for it.
Oh, you would.
Oh, I would.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I would indeed.
We are going to get so flagged on YouTube
I don't
now.
give a fuck. Oh,
I only hear what I want to.
that's cute as a butt, Lisa Loeb. For you.
I feel like you still have a crush on Lisa Loeb.
Oh, of course I do. It's
like,
never
that's
ended.
an infinite.
Never ended. Never ended. And you know what? Jen and I saw both. So Fiona Apple was big for her. And I
Okay.
didn't know Fiona Apple as much when we got together, but I appreciate her artistry now.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, that's gross. So we saw there's this outdoor venue in Georgia, Chastain Park. It's a great place to see a concert when it's sort of a chill. You know, people bring
Right.
This is the kind of place where there's grass, amphitheater.
Yeah.
People bring a blanket, they bring cheese and wine and bread and no children.
So probably not the ideal place to go see, like, Green Day.
No, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sit down on your blanket with
Yeah.
your wine and cheese and watch Green Day.
Green Day, yeah. So we saw first Tori Amos there, who's big for me, and I weeped openly. But Tori played by herself, and I don't know how familiar you are with Tori Amos, but an amazing, like, conservatory trained piano player,
Right.
keyboard player. She was, and a great singer. I mean, she's really technically very good, even though she sings weird, which I love because she could sing really cool.
I
mean, really.
prefer when people sing weird.
Me too. Don't you? Don't you?
Make it interesting.
My
Why?
favorite singers are not great singers.
No.
Like Lou Reed is one of my favorite singers, and he basically
Well,
talks.
I mean, Lou Reed was the best singer ever. that sweet tone of his voice. Oh,
I'm
man.
so glad that you and I see eye to eye on this. Anyway, we see Tori Amos, and the only disappointment I had is that she was playing alone, which this is a woman who can handle it. You know what I mean?
Right.
She's sitting there. She's facing forward, singing into a microphone at us. Her right hand is playing a piano,
Okay.
reaching out to the side.
I'm-
Her left hand is playing an organ to the other side.
Oh, that's impressive.
She's doing this and she's singing at the same time.
Okay.
And amazingly.
I don't want her to play with anyone else.
Well, if you're me, you would love to hear drums because you love drums.
So, okay. Let's take the same scenario.
Okay.
And we throw in the Mumford and Sons kick drum.
He saw my face turn. No.
Yeah.
Oh, she's doing it?
Yeah, no, she's playing the Mumford and Sons kick drum.
It's not good enough. I need a
while
drummer.
playing.
No, that's
Well, I
not
mean,
enough.
that's all she has left is her feet. What are you gonna do? She can put like cymbals in her knees. And that's it. That's all that's left.
So she's amazing. It's a great show. I was ever so disappointed there wasn't a band. Time passes. We see Fiona Apple, same venue.
Yeah.
Fiona Apple brings a band. One of the best concerts I've ever been to in my entire life. I mean, some people go to a show and they do the show. Other people go do a show and you don't know where the line is because they're bringing everything they got.
Right.
That was Fiona Apple.
There you go.
Tori is like super good, but like Tori's so good that she could do that 5 nights a week
Right.
and not blink
Well, she must if she's
doing this.
doing 3 things at one time.
Fiona Apple, sometimes she played piano and sang at the same time, but I think a lot of times she sang and let the band do everything else, and she gave it everything she had. It was amazing. So anyway, how did we get there? Jewel, Lisa Loeb, Tori Amos.
I think we just went through
Apple.
all of the lady singers that you've fantasized about.
Actually, no, none of them. Lisa Loeb. None of them.
You have to at least put Lisa Loeb on that list.
Yeah, because Tori.
I saw the look on your face when you mentioned
did.
Lisa Loeb. Your heart, it skipped like 4 beats just at the mention of her name.
Yeah. Well, I knew I was never going to sleep with Tori Amos or any of these other people.
But Lisa Loeb was in
it's a possibility.
Lisa Loeb is in your league.
Yeah. She's in my league.
Okay.
I'm pretty cute. I'm going to tell my therapist that tomorrow. Hey, how cute am I on a scale of... damn it, I forgot.
On a scale of 1 to Lisa Loeb.
Would you go straight for me? Is this a weird conversation? Can I... Like, part of me wants to push the line. Like, last time, I'm going to be real honest with you right now. And I was real honest with her. I said last time, I was like, can I... Before we leave, I'm looking at the clock. 5 minutes. She's very strict on the time because she says that she doesn't have good boundaries, and I believe her. 5 minutes on the clock, and I said, can I share one more thing? I know we're wrapping up here. I desperately want you to like me.
And what did she say?
Well, that's not all I said. I said, I desperately want you to like me. I want everybody to like me.
Right.
And I know that's not what this is about, but that's what I want. I'm just being vulnerable with you right now.
Real quick.
Yeah.
How much would it have destroyed you if you said that and her reaction was just, oh, that's not going to happen? Like, would you have to find a new therapist at that point?
Yeah. Obviously.
My therapist hates me. I can't go back.
So she said and I didn't even try her. Like, why am I like this? I didn't even I'm pissed off that I didn't push her at all because she had such a great response. She's like, I think our sessions are really productive. I think you're very smart. I think you think you do the work. You bring it in every time.
That's political as crap right there.
Oh my God, it was so disappointing. I was like, yeah, I know. Yeah, all right.
You seem like a terrific person.
Yeah.
For other people to know.
Right, but not me. And Jen pointed out to me, because I told all this to my wife, and she said, she's only known you for 3 hours.
That's true.
And I said, you know what? That's an excellent point. I listen to the people in my life because I don't know if I'm going left, I'm going right, I'm going back, I'm going forward. I'm just wasn't born with a sense of that. And so people like her, people like you, people like, people in my family, whatever, I listen to what they say because I feel like they have a better perspective than I do about where things are headed. You know what I mean?
You need the outside perspective.
I need the outside perspective heavily.
Yeah.
And
outside perspective is good.
Yeah. But my waking fantasy now is about quitting therapy, isn't that?
Quitting therapy
is being like
and running away with Lisa Loeb.
Well, yeah, that's the other part. I wish it was time for Sushi Jackknife, but it's not. It's not. It's not.
Just walking out of your therapist's office and going, no more. Lisa, we're off.
If she was waiting, oh my God.
She's waiting with her guitar.
Perfect.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to go to therapy.
Oh.
I will be your therapy with my love.
Lisa Loeb therapy.
We would just have espresso and chill the fuck out. Sounds great. Anyway.
How much would it destroy your perception of Lisa Loeb to find out that she really just loves hard drugs?
Or that she's a
like
lesbian.
uppers all the time.
You know what threw me? Another woman I'm desperate for, Carrie Brownstein.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I thought, well, I thought what most men think, that would be great. And then I heard that she was gay, and I was like, God damn it! What? I was mad. I was angry. And then I heard that she's bisexual, and I thought, yay! Even though
You're never even going to cross paths
I
with
will
her.
never meet her in all of my days. But I thought,
And if you did, what it would be is you going, it's nice to meet you.
but this is the disease of being a man.
That's true.
We want to
It is
know.
true.
Yeah.
You want to think, I mean, think about, like,
It's possible.
and this is a really gross example.
Okay.
It's a terrible example that upsets me to this day.
Okay.
But think about the number of people that when the Olsen twins
Yeah.
turned 18.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, they're 18 now. Like, you want to walk up to every one of those guys and go, number one, you're gross.
Yeah,
Number
that's
two,
weird.
it does not matter.
No.
They aren't talking to you.
No.
They're not even looking at you. You are nothing to them. Don't be weird.
Yeah. Seriously.
What do you think is going to happen?
Nothing. But as a man, you want to know that it's possible.
And it
and
happens.
that's fucked up, but it's true.
It happens, like, you will hear a certain celebrity is getting divorced or something, and you'll hear, inevitably, some guy go, oh, they're back on the market. Not for you. You're not in their market. You are shopping at Aldi. They are in Whole Food.
Or some grocery store we don't even know about.
They are in a private luxury grocery store. Milk is $30 a gallon there.
They have a guy for that.
You are, again, nothing.
And everywhere that guy goes, you hear a little jingle. And now we know why.
Yeah.
Anyway, you look like you have something.
This has
been
very different than the rest of the podcast, but to talk about current events here.
Other than my life?
Yeah.
All right.
I have to I have to give Trump some props for an amazing idea.
Oh, yeah.
Hint, I'm dripping with sarcasm here.
Oh. No, I thought you were just dripping.
So let me pull up this quote here from one of his speeches this week. It was in Washington.
Okay.
His national security strategy, quote, this is from CBS News, quote, recognizes that space is a war-fighting domain, just like the land, air, and sea, Mr. Trump said at a San Diego Marine Corps base that he's considering, quote, a space force that would be equivalent of the Air Force, Army, and Navy. Mr. Trump said at first he wasn't serious when he floated the concept, but, quote, then I said, what a great idea. Maybe we'll have to do that. All right. There's a lot of things here in this story that make me happy.
I can't speak.
So, first, we'll just point out that CBS News, the entire article, I don't know if they do this all the time, but refer to the president as Mr. and not President,
Yeah.
which I just find funny.
They see the writing on the wall.
But the part that I thought was the best is he said something as a joke, but then, according to his own quote, convinced himself that it was a great idea. He's like, oh, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we had a Space Force? Actually, that's not a terrible idea, me.
Welcome to Space Force. Do you have what it takes?
What is the Space Force? Like, what do we do in the Space Force?
Oh, I got a few ideas.
What?
Well, you know,
This is what I want to know.
there's a lot of stuff out there, Nathan. Somebody's got to take care of that. What we need is a ragtag band of different types of people from all over the galaxy, and they got to guard that thing
Okay.
They got to guard that galaxy.
Okay,
We need like a
okay.
guy.
Uh-huh.
We need like a girl who's really hot but green. We need like a dude who's like roided out and pissed and doesn't have a filter.
Yeah.
We need a tree guy.
That
And I don't know, cybernetic raccoon. That sounds like a thing.
I'm just picturing him when they put together a Space Force. Now, looking at it and going, where are the tree guys? There's no tree guy.
How the fuck are we gonna do this without a tree guy?
China has a tree guy. China's way ahead of us in tree guys.
So the one thing we can glean from this is, other than watching Fox News,
Yeah.
he saw Guardians of the Galaxy at some point.
See, I'm afraid he's going to see like the original Star Wars trilogy and think, I could build a Death Star. That would be a good idea. And he, just in case you're curious, will not learn from the first movie that you shouldn't have an opening that will just blow up the entire Death Star.
Thank God for that. So
He will
John Kerry
definitely know
can put a
that's it.
torpedo in there. Yeah. In other refreshing news, just as a counterpoint to that very quickly, Special Counsel Robert Mueller subpoenas the Trump Organization today.
Uh-oh.
That was today. And Rex Tillerson's gone.
No. And I just got a CNN breaking news alert
Holy shit.
that another Trump official nears exit. Now, let's play a game.
Oh, baby.
Who is it?
I hope it's Zinky. Is he
not.
already gone? I can't keep up anymore.
I don't know anymore.
Betsy DeVos. It's Betsy DeVos.
I wish
Yeah.
it should be Betsy DeVos because she looked like an idiot on TV.
Oh,
this
she did.
H.R. McMaster.
Oh, yeah. That's my guy.
The source comes after months of tension between the two.
Oh, really?
Most notably when he stood alongside him at a press conference with his arms crossed, looking very unhappy.
McMaster had his arms crossed,
Yeah.
looking at Trump. Oh, my God.
Yeah, they don't like each other.
You know,
It turns out that being a military person, if you're around an unhinged lunatic every day, it's not quite the military demeanor that you're used to.
yeah. No.
It's a little more freewheeling. We'll say that. Someone who's just walking around going, Space Force, we gotta put a wall above the country. Wall above the country to keep the aliens from coming in.
The anti-space force. Did you see, I mean, the Russians are poisoning people.
Yeah.
I saw a headline today. Britain is cutting off like all major diplomatic contact with Russia. It's
And-
some serious shit, man.
We finally said something to Russia. After months, we put sanctions on them. It finally happened.
Wowzers.
Not for,
Wowzers.
by the way, not for poisoning. For playing with our election. Like just playing. Yeah.
Well, that's, I mean, come on, it
Because-
took us long enough.
Because Trump was real mad that he came in and tried to help Hillary win. Isn't that the story that we're going with now?
Yeah, I think so. By the way, like, I want to give everybody an idea of what it's going to be like when Russia, wins inevitably. This is one of the most popular pop people in Russia. This guy's name is Vitas. Vitas.
Oh,
If you
I
haven't
love
seen this on
this.
YouTube, check that shit out. He's got like a weird head thing. And he's got to do a thing that's... He's got a weird, like, half helmet thing going. And one of those jumpsuits where you clearly see his dick. You know what I mean?
You said you loved the 80s. Just everything about this looks very 80s
It's very
to
80s.
me.
But the thing about the 80s was it happened in the 80s.
Yeah, well,
This didn't.
it's still the 80s in Russia.
Point. Now, oh shit, we missed the best part. Hang on. This guy's thing. Oh, my phone died. Ah, shit. Okay, I'll interpret it for you. He does this crazy thing where he's singing and he's going blah, 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 some shit in Russian, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, boop, and he does this little tongue flip boop, thing. And if you type Vitas Russian singer into YouTube, you'll find it. I guess.
Is that like his trademark ad lib?
It's like his thing, yeah.
Like Kendrick Lamar likes to go do 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 for gunshots and stuff. His is
Yeah, that's it. I mean, he does it much better than I'm doing it, but
well,
yes.
I mean, he's a professional. We're just amateurs.
And the Russian propaganda bullshit machine,
Yeah.
is amazing, because if you go on YouTube long enough looking at this Vitas guy, you will find Russian videos on there and he goes on these talk shows in Russia about his life and about how his mom died and all this stuff, and it's like a manufactured life, and you just see it. I'm not saying his mom didn't die. I'm sure she did, or whatever.
But you're looking at it going, none of this
can possibly
is
be real. Yeah, obviously this is all a weird.
So he's like Russian Lady Gaga.
He's like Russian Lady Gaga, except Lady Gaga's Lady Gaga. You know what I mean? And this dude is fucking in Russia.
I'm just implying that everything about Lady Gaga is manufactured.
Oh, I like Lady Gaga.
I'm standing by that statement.
Fine. We're allowed to have point and counterpoint here.
She is a manufactured musical artist.
Yeah, but she's good. She's got chops.
And she does have chops. I'm not going to say she doesn't have chops.
She's got the chops. So if you have trouble sleeping at night, don't watch that. You'll have even more trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what occurs to me? America today, what's our major export? We don't really have factories anymore. It's entertainment.
That is true.
To the world.
And we're pretty good at it.
We're very good at it.
I mean, not good at the entertainment part, at exporting the entertainment.
Oh, absolutely.
We have 3,000 seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians to prove we're not that great at it. We're just great at producing it and sending it away.
We're fantastic at it, actually. I mean, even this to a very small degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are part of it.
It goes out to the world.
We are part of the American economy.
If you're in Russia and you hear this show, do svidaniya. Actually, don't know what that means. I just heard it in a movie one time.
Niet.
That one.
Niet.
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 You know what Russia needs? They need a number like Sweden had for a while.
Yeah.
Where you can call and you can talk to a random Russian.
I would enjoy that. The issue is there's a chance that in the middle of the phone call, the person you're speaking to would say the wrong thing and then be dragged away. That's not a pleasant caller experience.
Is that the sound they hear before they're being this guy goes around to every dragging away party and he's like and it's
they should just put that guy on the phone.
The thing about that guy, he's performing on stage. He has all these dancers who are in I don't know, fucking weird costumes, and they don't actually move, they're just sort of still. And then they cut to the audience like they would. They cut to the audience and people are weeping. That song.
Okay.
Weeping.
Well, I guess if I lived in Russia, I could see a world where I weep at that, because it's the one thing that is joyful.
Exactly.
You're leaving that to go to the gray, dreary Russia outside. This is your one moment of joy.
You're warm for the first time in God knows when.
You're going to go home and down a bottle of vodka, just trying to heat your insides.
Which doesn't work, by the way.
No.
It makes you feel warm. You're not actually warm.
Yeah. It
That's
just
a lie.
numbs your extremities.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite, that's obviously he's not my favorite, Russian band. This is probably my favorite Russian band. In addition to this band called Leningrad, who is pretty amazing. There's these guys. Gals, I should say. I'm currently just watching a video of a woman eating meat. This is, that's Pussy Riot.
Is that Pussy Riot?
That's Pussy Riot, but I'm trying to find Punk Pussy Riot, and I can't find it. Do you have Punk?
I don't, but that was
Riot?
pleasant.
Yeah, that was pleasant.
You know what my
Their punk
favorite
stuff
thing
is
about
great.
Pussy Riot is?
Yeah.
When they were all over the news,
Yeah.
getting to hear the people on NPR
Say Pussy Riot.
report on Pussy Riot, because it would be like in the middle of their news, and so the NPR news reporter would have to get on the mic and go, and in Russia this week the band Pussy Riot. And it didn't matter what they said after that. I was already happy.
It's a brilliant name for a band. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go the other way. You can't name a band like Cock Fiesta. You just can't do it. It doesn't have the same impact. But Pussy Riot is fantastic.
I want a Pussy Riot album called Cock Fiesta.
Cock Fiesta. I love it. Tomorrow I'll ask my therapist if Pussy Riot is a bunch of lesbians. I don't really know.
I don't think we know anything.
I don't think we know.
We know that a couple of them got arrested and jailed.
Yes.
That's why they were in the news.
Correct.
And that they don't like the government in Russia because they're people who have paid attention to the government in Russia. Like, that's the only thing they need to know.
That's the kicker. That's it. That's why we like Pussy Riot.
Then I really just want them to be notable all the time so I can hear every news person have to say their name.
I'm Lachme Singh.
It's great. Any news person having to say anything that you can see they're visibly uncomfortable with. I'm going to say that's the one bright side about having Trump as president is I've watched like every CNN anchor have to either say shithole,
yes,
or find a way around it, like S-hole or things like that, where they're very uncomfortable, and I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed that a lot.
Oh no, that's a positive. That's a positive.
It's just the rest of it.
It's a big win for conservatives everywhere and people who enjoy Anderson Cooper being uncomfortable.
Yeah. He every time he said it before it was kind of just like and the president said like a weird little like, I don't know if I should. Okay, I'm saying it.
What's it been like for the FCC during all of this? Like,
at some point the FCC just went, we're half-staffed anyway. Who cares?
Because they're in the executive branch, are they not?
I believe so.
They must be. They must be.
I mean, they probably have 3 people working there now.
Right, exactly.
And during that, they were so spread thin that they're like, okay, as long as it's not hardcore porn, it's fine. We don't care. Just do whatever. It's the Wild West.
Oh, this is where, okay, this is Pussy Riot with their masks on in the church. This is when they got arrested. Oh, and my phone died again. It's like Russia doesn't want me to see this.
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
Might be.
You better watch out for Russian poisonings.
Shit.
Right behind you.
Ah! Do you think it's in my almonds?
It might be.
My smoked almonds?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Sushi Jackknife?
No, it doesn't feel right. I'm not ready. There's usually a little crescendo before we get there.
I just thought we could leave people with a cliffhanger
I
on
don't
whether
want
you're
it.
dead.
Whether I'm dead or not?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not dead.
Well, they don't know that.
Not yet.
Or are you? Sushi Jackknife?
No, I'm not done. We're not done.
All right.
We're not done yet.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to let you declare Sushi Jackknife all on your own tonight.
Oh, God. Fuck.
You're now in control of the Sushi Jackknife.
Oh, God. Jesus. Okay. All right. Well, you want to leave the people with a laugh. And so far, we haven't done that.
We haven't made them laugh.
I mean, we've made them laugh. But
I mean, I haven't been trying to make them laugh that much.
Well, do you ever?
We talked a lot about the sexual spectrum, and none of that was a laugh riot.
You know what, though? Woke. Pretty woke of us. Just saying.
I don't know. Are we allowed to...
To declare ourselves woke?
Yeah, I feel like someone else has to declare us woke.
Why don't we have any black friends? Do you have any black friends?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But
Well,
they don't say woke.
they don't tell you you're woke
No.
all the time?
I have a coworker named Sandra, who is, I would say, like 53 that I talk
Percent?
to. No,
Oh.
no, like age. She is 100% a human. I'm not sure what percent black she is.
I'm just being shitty.
She would not say woke.
Oh.
She would not declare anyone woke.
She's not even woke herself.
She's not woke to woke.
She wouldn't say that
We'll
she's...
say that.
Okay.
She has not woken to
To the
woke.
concept of woke. Got it.
I'm just going to wait until someone calls me woke. And then when that day happens, you'll know it because I will hire a marching band. I will shut down Nolansville and just march right down that street trumpeting that I am woke. I'm the wokest of woke. But until that day, I'm just here.
Yeah, Sushi Jackknife.
There we go.
Yeah.
I knew it would happen.
Oh, I was waiting for it. I'm getting at everybody. Just remember, we're not really assholes. Let you know how therapy goes.
We just play them on podcast.
Yeah, that's it.